All right, so welcome, Squatch Americans. Hannah here, domestic goddess, chief cook, and doggy mama outside the paddy wagon today. And as you can see, I am here with one of our best friends, Jena Grover from the She Squatchers. And we have just enjoyed a fantastic lunch together at the Cheesecake Factory. It's a little too noisy there, so we moved over here. And thank you, Barnes and Noble, here at the Woodlands Mall in Woodlands, Texas, for letting us use a little space. But we got to ask, first of all, what's your favorite cheesecake?
Oh my gosh, I love cheesecakes. I'm not going to be saying anything is bad, but my favorite cheesecake has got to be the straight strawberry cheesecake.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Yes.
New York style, where it's really, really, really sour cheesecake and really firm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I would take that. Oh, yes.
Okay.
In fact, I love all sweets, so we can talk about this the entire time if you want.
Okay. Well, we will be talking about Bigfoot today. So now that we've found out what your cheesecake like is, what? First of all, tell us about how you were drawn just to the whole cryptid phenomenon.
My parents were winter Texans, and so I'd been going to Texas for many, many years. And it was actually when I moved to San Antonio that I met a couple of friends of mine, and they told me all about the chupacabra. And I didn't believe in it really, but they were like, don't say it 3 times. So I'd go, chupacabra. They'd be like, no. And I'd say, chupacabra. They were like, no. And they were scared of the chupacabra. They didn't want me to talk about it. They didn't want me to mention it. So other than that, I really didn't think anything about Bigfoot or any of the other cryptids until later on in life. In fact, Jennifer Cruz had actually told me about her experiences. She said it was the first time they went out, and she was really embarrassed when she told me this, but she said when they first went out, they had action, and she started telling me all about it, and my mind was basically I wanted to do it, and I couldn't even wait for her to be done telling me until I said, I have to do this. I want to join. And
so you started from baiting your friends with chupacabra
yes.
to I'm in on the Bigfoot thing. Just tell me where and when.
Oh, it was all about the adventure. At the time, I was thinking about health. I was thinking about camaraderie. I was thinking about all these other things, not necessarily Bigfoot itself, because I didn't know a lot about Bigfoot, didn't care. Other things are happening in the world. But when I started finding out more about the Bigfoot findings and learning all of these new things, I got excited and I needed to be there. So not only am I going out there looking for something that hasn't been meant to exist, I'm getting exercise, I'm getting camaraderie. I've made so many wonderful friends doing this.
That is awesome. That's actually one of my favorite parts about our lives as Bigfooters, because whether or not I see one, and just for anyone who wonders, I have had every experience except for the eyeball to eyeball bit. I'm still waiting for that. I would have had eyeball to eyeball were it not for an 8-year-old dragging me out of the woods in fear and terror. But the whole point is that ever since I basically left traditional 9-to-5 city life and have been in nature for the last 5 years, it has recreated who I am on a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic plane. And so, yes, all those things. Seeing Bigfoot would be like the cherry on the sundae.
Yeah.
But so I totally feel you there. So anyway, so Jen Cruz told you all about this, and regardless of having an encounter, just the whole concept of She Squatchers was awesome for you.
The whole concept wasn't even a concept in my mind. All I really thought I was going to do was hang out with friends and get exercise.
There we go.
So everything Bigfoot has just been a benefit. And I tell you, one of our first real huge experiences, we had found Bigfoot prints up a sandhill.
Okay.
Now, the whole reason we ended up in that area was because we were driving down a highway, and Jen Cruz had said, I feel something. And she said, turn up here at this road. And we went in, and we started looking around, and wouldn't you know it, big footprints all the way up the sandhill. Now, I really did try to climb that sand hill, but it was like for every step that you stepped down, you would go down another
Yeah.
like 4 inches, and you're literally having to crawl up there. So when I got to the top, I looked; it was completely flat, and I just I just kept thinking, what in the world? What in the world is this? Because it was completely flat, and there was three there was three tiny little what's the name of it? A twig that sticks up from the ground. What would you call that?
Oh, is that a sapling or
No,
a root?
it's a, but it's just like here's the ground and it's barely just a little nub.
I don't know. What sprout?
A tree. I'll just say. Okay, so when I got up there, I saw that there was three spots where they were like tree roots coming up,
Okay.
and they were dug down. They weren't even dug down. They looked like they had been pushed down, almost like the what do you call those alien things in the sky or in the field?
The crop circles?
Yes. So they were almost like crop circles, but they were just small. So it looked like I don't know if it was something physical that pushed them down or if it was a frequency that pushed them down. Because sometimes people talk about alien spaceships and how they leave those. So when I saw these three, I immediately took a picture and I yelled down to Jen and I said, "Jen, you're not going to believe this." Sent her the picture because she was down at the bottom. It was amazing, and we did a lot of research on that area, and there's no possible way. We've shown pictures to so many people, and they say, no, there has to be Bigfoot. There's no way a human could have done that.
Yeah. So that sounds pretty memorable. What's your favorite field experience? Like the most riveting, like if you were to die today, what is the one field memory that you would want to take with you? The most awesome, the awesomest of the awesome experiences.
It doesn't deal with Bigfoot.
That's
We were
okay.
out looking for Bigfoot. So the most awesome experience that I had, Jen and I were out. We were looking for Bigfoot, and we were just sitting on a little hill, and I had a monocular, and I was looking through monocular at these bushes that were only probably about 3 foot high.
Okay.
And I was looking at it. I looked at it, it looked like a little gnome. I saw this hat and the face and everything, and I was like, oh my gosh. I even said it out loud. I said, Jen, it looks like there's a little gnome. When I said that, it went like this, and it turned its head at me. And I had no freaking clue. I just dropped the camera. My heart dropped in my stomach, and I realized at that point there is so much more that we are not seeing.
It is so true.
It really is. And this is an area that we had found Bigfoot tracks up a hill. And so all I can say is I think where you see one, you see many.
It's like a deer. If you see one deer, there are 8,000 more things behind it.
Right.
So, okay, let's talk about, so in the Bigfoot community, we got our names. We got the names. We got the Jeff Meldrums and the Cliff Barrickmans and his beautiful smile.
Yeah.
And sorry, Cliff, not really.
He's not.
He knows me. I'm so irreverent. We got our big names, our Bobos, and all that. And although there are a few women in the world, it really is a male-dominated field of research. Now, Lauren Coleman takes credit for the She Squatchers. Bless his little heart.
Mm-hmm. We love you.
Yeah, so we're coming to Maine later this year, so let's meet up. Anyway, what can you tell us about your unique insights about woman-led Bigfoot research? Lauren thought it would be a totally different experience and a totally different dynamic out there. What can you tell us? How does having a team of women out in the bush differ from having a team of mostly men?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't think there is as much of a power struggle between women. Yes, our moods, we are moody, just like everybody else.
Yay, estrogen.
Yes, I know, but we don't have to fight physically to make our point. We're close enough to where we're talking, we're understanding, we're accepting that we're wrong in some things and right in others. I don't know if that's the difference between men and women out in the woods, but I really enjoy.
Do you think it makes a difference in like how encounters might transpire?
Oh, very much so.
Tell us about that.
Okay, well, the first thing is that I think because Tammy and Jen and I, and this is just our situation, we are more energetically connected.
Hmm.
I don't know if that may be a something with men too, but I actually think that it does make a big difference because men seem to have a pheromone and an aggressive, males have that more aggressive personality type, and with women we are not so aggressive, and we don't go out with guns, and we don't go out with dogs, so we're just us, and we appear feminine, and femininity is much more acceptable to beings, even animals, I think, can
Oh,
relate more than.
absolutely. It's just like, if a child is out, there's that, just the way our biology is, the way our proportions are, our head in proportion to our bodies, our eyes in proportion, um, in order that, children look vulnerable and elicit the protection of even wildlife will come in and protect, the younglings, and women will be, we are more physically vulnerable than men, and so we are less likely to be a threat and less likely to be harmed.
Definitely.
Even if it's like, a lion
Yeah.
versus so that's it. I think maybe I need to go out, leave Scott in the camper next time.
Oh my gosh, why are you not going to come with us sometime?
We got to do that.
So I'm not kidding. Like, really.
Okay. So I think that really is, and I think I'm just wondering. I know that in our relationship, my relationship with my husband, um, energetically, I tend to be more attuned to the unseen and the unspoken quicker than he is. He sees things in the physical way before I do. In fact, it's probably because I'm like blind.
Oh.
But it's true.
Sorry, I didn't cut
It's
that.
like, honey, it's right in front of you. What? Oh, okay. But like I can feel things. Like I don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm feeling something, and it's like over there. And so I definitely I can resonate with everything that you've been saying. So how does intuition play into your Bigfoot investigations with the girls?
Intuition plays into what we're doing because the first thing that we're doing is we find out what land we're going to be on. So we can look at the general area, the layout, and we use something that's called remote viewing. Jen has given it a different name because she didn't know this was happening anywhere else, but she calls it um, geometrical remote viewing. I think intuition plays a big part in everything in life. It's going to fear tells us what we're not supposed to be doing. And so if we're feeling fear about anything, we're really following, our guides and what we're guided to be doing. If we feel a big stop sign, we're not going further, and I think that's part of it. We're not just entering these places because we're just aimlessly going. We are going there with the want to communicate and love and understand and just to make a good relationship.
Okay, so with that in mind, we hear a lot of people talk about mind speak. Do you think that Bigfoot and any other creatures out there, do you think that they can sense human intent?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Animals can feel our intent.
Yeah.
And honestly, I really think that the Bigfoot, they don't have all the stimulation that we have as human
Yes.
beings. We are thinking of everything. They don't. They're out.
They're
in
not
the
full
wild.
of noise.
Right. They don't have the noise. So things that we can do as human beings, like being psychic, receiving information, things like that, we can do that. Think what they can do without the noise.
Yes.
So that's where I think a lot of their power comes from as far as communication.
Yeah, I actually think that what we attribute to them, those psychic abilities, I think honestly we are programmed to have those as humans, but we're so cluttered that we can't access that unless we have, there are those of us who have, okay, this is my intention and I'm going to purposefully eliminate the noise so that I can go deeper into those senses and those abilities that have been blocked.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they, like I said, they don't, like you said, they don't have all the noise to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, this has been fun. What's next for She Squatchers? What's coming up for you?
Oh, 2025 for the She Squatchers. We have big plans, and those plans are hopefully going to start in March. But keep your eye out. She Squatchers are going to be coming to a television near you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that sounds so exciting. Well, if you guys have not followed the She Squatchers, you can go to YouTube and go to She Squatchers Official. And that is their channel, so make sure that you give them some love on their channel and watch for their upcoming. Now, are you doing that in? Are you doing that in conjunction with our animal friend Jason? That must be a yes. Okay. All right. Well, it has been absolutely wonderful learning about your adventures. Squatch Americans, don't forget, check out the She Squatchers on YouTube. Give them a follow. Well, it's been wonderful having you. So next time we'll have to well, you said you don't want, but if you do, we want to hear it.
Well, all right. I will only show you. When you guys come see me next time. We'll hang out by the pool.
Okay, we will. So just remember, Squatch Americans, at Squatch America, we investigate the unexplained, not explain the uninvestigated. So until we see you again, you keep watching, and we'll keep squatching. Now you go out and find you some Bigfoot. All right.
That damn Sasquatch.
They're squashing, they're searching, they're cracking some jokes. It's Scott and Hannah, your big